Hey guys, as always, don't forget to check the video description down below for the best price on parts and tools I use in today's video. We also have repair manuals and a school. Remember, if you know how a system on a car works, you can know how to fix it, so don't forget to check those out down below. Today, it's a 2012 Acura RDX, and I'm going to be showing you how to replace the headlight bulb, the low beam bulb, and I'll just kind of point and show the high beams too. Let's check it out. Okay guys, so first I kind of want to show you what's going on back here now. You're going to be working with this cover, and your cover is tucked back there. I'll get a close-up of it here in a little bit. But this thing is sitting on like this. It's sitting this way, and you're going to have to spin it lefty-loosey, I believe it was. Yeah, it was. It was lefty-loosey, like that, right? Now, everything on here was incredibly difficult to remove. Connector, I mean, in theory, you should be able to squeeze, pull off. I was unable to do that. I imagine as these cars get really old, if you're watching this video like 5-10 years down the road, stuff's gonna break, because trying to take it off today, I was like, oh man, feels like it's gonna break, and it's still not that old where the plastic starts getting brittle and stuff. Anyways, the way I was able to take this off is I took a finger and I pressed the button in. Okay, your connector is like right there. All right, again, I'll show a close-up of it here in a minute, but you're gonna push in on that button, and then I took a flathead screwdriver, stuck it down in. It was somewhere about right in there, and then I was able to grab just the top of that connector and then wedge down, and that's how I popped the connector off. Then when you spin this piece right here, this is incredibly difficult to spin off also. So what I did is I took, where's my pry bar? Okay, so here's the pry bar. By the way, we're working on the low beam. It's gonna be, your low beam is this one, your high beam is that one. This bulb we're taking out is your low beam. If you were gonna do this high beam, it's gonna be the same process. Probably might wanna take your battery out, because it's back behind that battery. But again, I'll show you a close up of that as well. So anyways, to get this piece off, if you can imagine, what I did is I got right up under that, and I used the battery to kind of pry up. So I had this piece in here, there we go, and I just kind of pried up, and then with my other hand, I did this with my left hand, and with my other hand, I was also spinning left. It took both because it felt like it was gonna break. A lot of force. I don't know why they designed it that way, because it's not very good for trying to replace it. Okay guys, so next thing you'll want to do is you'll want to take the bulb out of the socket. So now I'm trying to show you in there a little bit what it looks like. What I may do, there you go, yeah, so there's the socket. You can see I've already taken the bulb out. Now I'm not going to get a good shot of me doing it like that, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to this high beam. Now this high beam is easier to get to, and this is the same kind of concept. So what you do, well, even now my hand will be blocking it, but if you can imagine, you can see the bulb is plugged in, and I grab it with my fingers, and I'm gonna twist the whole bulb lefty-loosey, and that's gonna release it from the socket. You can see there's like a little cutout there, a little cutout there, there's a little cutout, it's not gonna let me see it, but behind that connector, right? And so when you twist it, there's gonna be notches in the new bulb assembly. I'll show you, it's in here. That's gonna allow it to fit into that little socket, and of course you disconnect the connector. And as far as the high beams, that's all there is to it. I don't know why I can't freaking, there we go. Yeah, that's all there really is to it. You just unplug it, lefty-loosey out, stick the new one in, righty-tighty. This is what it looks like when it's already set up, right? And you also have a connector, well yeah, we already talked about that, the connector on the outside. So now the other tricky thing is, once you've actually done it, and here, let me show you what the bulb looks like. I want to be really careful. You got to be really careful not to touch these bulbs. This is the notch, the little notches I'm talking about. The high beam is a little bit different, but it's a H11. I'm not sure what your high beam is, but anyways, say is sticking in there like that. I think that's how it was, something like that. So you go lefty-loosey, so if I'm looking at the top, it's going to be that way, right? And you're going to twist it that way, pull out, stick the new one in the same way, make sure your notches line up, stick it in, twist it, you'll feel it lock in, and then you can plug your connector back in. So that's how you will take all the high beams and low beams out. And then for your low beams, it's just about getting this piece back in. So we're going to try and use some grease, and I'll show you that here in a second. Also, for your low beam, I didn't tell you about the connector. I'm going to see if I can get that. There's also a connector in there for your low beam, and that connector was actually pretty easy. I'm trying to see. I can't even see the connector. Y'all, this is wild. Okay, I guess I see the line right there. Let me see if I can. This is nuts, man. Let me get it up. Haha, just kidding. The connector is on the other side of this thing right here. So yeah, that's why I could not find it. But this connector was fairly easy to take out. You just kind of lift up and push down, and that one wasn't bad at all. You can do that with your finger. But yeah, I just twisted it in there. I think you saw it just a second ago. It's twisted in there now. If I could, guys, I would love to show you me grabbing it and twisting it, but my hand will be all up in the way and you won't see anything. So you just got to imagine you're going to twist that thing lefty-loosey. So if you're looking dead at it, you look from the top and then go left. Of course, if you're thinking about it from here, from this side, you're going to go right because it flips. It's like stage right or whatever. So I would reach my hand in and I think, okay, from the top, I would want to go right. So I'd spin it right. But if we look back here, of course we're actually spinning left from the top. So anyways, that's how you're gonna do that. Now for this right here, I'm gonna take this grease. Here's my grease. And again, you want to be very careful about getting any kind of grease or oil on the bulb. That's why you don't want to touch the bulb, because if you do, it will prematurely pop the bulb. So I'm gonna just kind of rub it all the way around the seal, and hopefully it's gonna make it a little bit easier, because I tried sticking this thing back on without any grease, and oh my gosh, you can't even stick it back on there to have it click in to start to spin, because the seal makes it so hard to push back on. So I'll try it here and let you know. Okay, so when I used the grease, it did go back in. Another thing I noticed is, you know how I had the bulb in there, just like how it was supposed to go? I did it diagonally. You know, if you go 90 degrees, then it's like when you just stick it in, you go take another 90-degree turn, righty-tighty, and it locks in. I'll go about 45 degrees back to plug the connector from the inside of that cap there. It made it a little bit easier to plug the cap connector to the bulb, and then, you know, tighten the bulb back in, and then push the cap back on with the grease. Again, I tried, the customer had, I think they did this one on their own, because this cap was off when I got here, and I see why they couldn't get it back on. So I may just do that for them real quick. So you know, keeps the moisture out and all that. That's what it's for. It just makes your bulbs last longer. But y'all, that's pretty much it, guys. Not too bad of a job. Oh, again, this is for, these come, one of the models comes with the HIDs. These are the regular bulbs. So if it looks different from yours, that's why. So gotta get the ones with the HIDs. But anyways, thank y'all for watching. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and one of our other viewers will answer it for sure, because I just cannot answer questions for 600 videos. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to hit that like button if this was helpful, and always subscribe. Thank you guys so much for doing that. See you next time.